Hi friends, and welcome back to Know Your Role. Today, we're talking about the Soulfist. You ever think about that? Let's not talk about it, let's just get it. Alright, let's get into it. Soulfist. You want to play the range of the fight. You want to play the outskirts, you don't want to be the primary engage, you want to look for picks. And you want to pick somebody with Tempest Blast, catch somebody that's a little bit in the range, but not really paying attention to what you're doing. Your identity skill is also incredibly high skill cap. Generally, you want to charge up to level 2, and as the fight goes on, you want to charge up to level 3 when you want to go for a big burst combo. So this class is just really about knowing yourself and playing to your outs. It's like playing poker. You want to bluff that you've got the damage, that you're ready to fight at all times, right? And then you want to be able to actually collapse on somebody and murder them in their whole career when you do have it available. Now, this class has really good mobility as well because you could flash step 3 times, also having a dash, also having stuff that moves you forward, and decent defensive in Magentic Palm. So you have the tools to really outplay a situation, but this class isn't like a primary engage tool. Like I said, it is a range. So you're looking for that pick and isolating a target, getting them in a very fast combo, and then getting out. Something like Force Orb can knock up 2 or 3 targets at the same time if positioned correctly. So you can use it for a lot of damage in a combo, or you can use it to disrupt and peel for your team. Just like you can with Tempest Blast, these 2 skills are your main peel tools because you don't really have a whole lot of peel in general. And in the very rare occasion, Heavenly Squash can actually knock people a little further away from you, but it's not really a knockback, so it doesn't have any knockdown potential. Keep all this in mind. This class, like I keep saying, is incredibly high skill cap. Knowing when and where to go in, to go out, knowing when and where to use your awakening. Sometimes you can only use it as a defensive tool. So there are the rare occasions where you're just not going to pump Goku damage into somebody and lay 2 people out. You sometimes just have to get people off of you until you get your identity back up. So keep that in mind. There are some nuances to this class. Like if you're going to die, generally you don't want to go into tier 2 or tier 3 identity. You might want to just use tier 1, die, and then it's not on cooldown. You can go into tier 2 and tier 3 after you resurrect. Stuff like that's going to require a lot of game knowledge. And this class is one of those classes that if you know what your opponent wants to do, you can outplay it. Very much so. I did touch on when and where you want to use their awakening, but in an ideal scenario, you want to get a double knockdown after 2 people roll and just blast people. You don't want to use the Spirit Bomb Awakening because it's kind of weak. In general, it takes a long time to charge up, like 3 episodes, and you're just kind of standing there, and then people are rolling away, or they're calling their mom to come pick them up from the fight, and you're just like, where did they go? And they're just like gone, and you're at the lost screen, and you're wondering what's going on. So maybe don't use that one. The Annihilating Ray is what you want to use. This class can absolutely follow up on picks as well really quickly, again, because Flash Step is so strong. So think of this class like a pseudo support. A support that does a little bit more than a support can. It's got a good damage reduction, it's got excellent pick potential, it's got excellent follow-up potential, but on its own, it really doesn't just plug away in a fight. You gotta be very, very mindful of your cooldowns, the classes, your fighting's cooldowns, so it takes a lot of game knowledge. Another big thing about Soulfist is when you activate your identity to go into your level 2 and level 3 of hype, you are tier 2 immune during this activation. So keep that in mind. If you see somebody approaching for a combo, you're waiting on just 1 or 2 more seconds for a cooldown of something like Flash Step, you know you can get a counter engage on them. You can use both levels in a row really quickly and get the immunity from them and counterattack with that immunity. The skill Energy Release is absolutely imperative to how strong this class can be. Nearly a 50% damage reduction on a class that can pump damage this hard is invaluable. And so I highly, highly recommend watching out for situations where you know your team's about to take damage, because it does last a good amount of time. You are playing and filling that niche role of a jack of all trades kind of character. So make sure you're looking at not just what you're doing, but also what your team is doing, because you can intervene in a way like a support can, rather than just peeling like other DPS can. Friends, today we had Hesitant Ali, also known as Hesitant Alien, an amazing Soulfist, #1 Soulfist in Russia currently, took down Blinks in the 1v1. Dude is a monster at the class. We were watching him absolutely dumpster teams. Watch him, follow him on Twitch, please. He's incredible. He's genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met, and he speaks Russian and English very fluently, so you can ask him tons of questions. He understands English nuance. Please go follow this dude. He's awesome. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next Know Your Role.